Larrys are one of the cheapest cards used in almost every deck, and I will be showing you how to counter almost every single card with just one elixir. Starting off with one elixir card, it's pretty self-explanatory, but for the sake of showing you guys how to counter every single card, I'll just do it. Two elixir cards are pretty easy to counter, especially the goblins. Bro, what just happened? Spear goblins could be countered by directly placing the Larrys on top of them. This allows your Larrys to hit them at least once, which is exactly what you need. And oh yeah, I forgot about fire spirits. Here it is. Bomber could be countered by placing your skellies anywhere. Berserker could be countered by placing the skellies to the middle close to the water, which forces her to go back up. You need a really fast reaction for wall break to place down the skellies as soon as possible. Ice Golem is a pretty easy counter because of how slow it is. Suspicious Bush is very hard to counter and only has one placement that could counter them. It's to place the Larrys before they pop to allow the Larrys to run back one by one. Bats are pretty easy to counter. Now we're up to 3 elixirs. Dark Goblin could be countered with skellies right on top of him, which allows the skellies to hit him. You can kite the giant minion to the other side, which puts both Princess Tower to work. Make sure all 3 skellies are running to the other side. This is also used to counter a lot of other air troops. To speed things up, archers could be countered by Cannoneer. Goblin Barrel needs immaculate placement to be countered by the Dagger Duchess. To counter Royal Ghost, you need to split the Larrys on top of him. Make sure he hits them 3 times. Fisherman takes a long time to pull the troops, so just place your skeletons as far from him as possible. This allows your tower extra time to take him down. Royal Delivery is pretty easy to counter. Low Prince takes a long time to shoot, so just put your Larrys on top of him. Skarmy could be countered with evil skeletons because of how much skeletons there are. Bandit is really hard to counter. You need to place it in between your Princess Towers so they both hit her. Now we're up to 4 elixirs. Mini P.E.K.K.A is famously known to be countered by skeletons. Just place your Larrys beside the water. It might be a close one, but it'll work. Diddy could also be countered by placing your skeletons near the water. Battle Ram can be countered by evil skellies. Make sure to place them down as soon as you can so the ram doesn't connect. Musketeer could be countered exactly like Low Prince by placing the Larrys on top of her. Baby Dragon could be countered by splitting the Larrys so he could follow the skeletons around. This allows both Duchess to shoot their load on him. Skeleton Dragons could be countered by splitting your Larrys in the middle. This forces the Skeleton Dragon on the left side to also attempt to attack the Larrys and pulls them to the middle. Due to how weak Flying Machine is, it could be easily countered by placing your skeletons anywhere. Zappies could only be countered by Evil Skeleton. I spent 10 minutes trying to figure out if there's any other counters, and if you're wondering, there's not. Mommy Giant could be countered by Evil Skeletons because of how tanky she is. Like, why is she so big? If you didn't know, Hog Rider could be countered by Evil Skellies and Cannoneer. I did not know about this. You could counter Electro Wizard by placing the Larrys on top of him. E-Dragon could be kited to the other side like Mini P.E.K.K.A. It's so slow. You need a really fast reaction for Magic Archer. Just place the Skellies as soon as you see him placed down. Goth Mommy could only be countered with Evil Skeletons, but let your tower take out the first 2 bats before placing them down. Lumberjack could also be countered with Evil Skellies. Don't place the Skellies on top of him because he'll just destroy them all because of how fast his attack speed is. Skeleton King could be countered by Evil Skeletons if you place them on top of him. Healer could also be countered by Evil Skeletons in the same fashion. Golden Knight could also be countered with Evil Skeletons, but you're cooked if he uses ability. Phoenix is an easy counter if you cut it with your skeletons. Giant gets easily taken down because of how slow he is, but it only works with Evil Skeletons. You need to place the Evil Skeletons away from the Barbarian, or else they'll just get sniped out. Mighty Miner is an easy counter because this guy takes a second to kill a skeleton. Prince could be countered with Evil Skeletons. It's better to place the skeletons on top of him because what I did almost got me Bowler could be countered if you place the evil Larrys perfectly on top of him, but unlike Sparky, he is way too tanky to be countered with normal skeletons. To counter E-Dragon, you have to place all 3 skeletons on the other side of the tower. If you misplaced it by even just 1 tile, it wouldn't work. Graveyard could be countered with Dagger Duchess or Princess Tower. Just place them behind your tower so it gives them time to deploy an attack. Wizard could only be countered with Dagger Duchess and skeletons. I spent a long time trying to figure out how this one worked. Goblin Machine could be countered with evil skellies, but make sure to place them down as soon as he crosses the bridge, or else this rocket thing you could lock onto the tower. Here's how to counter Wizard again if you're curious. Goblin Sign could be countered with evil skellies. You have to make sure the skellies are able to connect as soon as they're deployed, or else the Goblin Scientist is just gonna kill them all. You're hella cooked if your opponent uses ability. Mommy Queen could be countered with evil skellies by placing it on top of her. She's so bad. Unk is really hard to counter because of how fast he attacks. There's only 1 placement to counter him. You could try it yourself, nothing else works. It took me 10 games to figure this out. Riley is also really hard to counter. If you placed your skeleton anywhere else other than where I placed them, they're just gonna get molested. You have to time it perfectly. How did he even pull the baddies? E-Barbs could be countered with this specific placement, and it takes like 30 seconds to kill them. So here's the sped up version. Since Royal Giant's range is so long, you almost have to predict your opponent. Cause even if you were 1 second late, he'd still connect. Goblin Giant is almost the same. He's big and fast, so you'd almost have to predict him too. But as long as you take him down, the Spirit Goblins gets obliterated easily. Daddy Skeleton is an easy counter because of how slow he attacks. Literally place your lures anywhere. Sparky is very famously known to be countered by skeletons. I don't know how I placed them so badly, but you get the idea. Both Evo Mega Knight and normal Mega Knight could easily be countered with Evo Skeleton. You just have to split them perfectly so they don't die to his splash. Mommy P.E.K.K.A could be countered with Evo Skeletons by splitting it on her. Skeleton Barrel could be countered with Dagger Duchess. And when the barrel lands, you have to place the Evo Skeletons right at the bridge. This pulls the skeletons back, allowing Dagger Duchess to take them down. And the hottest troop in Brawl Star, Boss Bandit. She gets easily countered by Evo Skeletons. And as hot as she is, nobody beats the Skellies. And for our 67th troop, we have the Spirit Empress. She could be countered exactly like Berserker by placing the skeletons in between the towers near the water.
6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, subscribe.